Your on-air automotive magazine with co-hosts Fred Staab and Les Jackson.
Control.
Everything you need to know about new and used cars.
Control.
Industry news. We'll fix or repair your car on the air.
Control.
Fasten your seatbelts and let us take the wheel. Now, your ride is about to begin.
Control.
Because you're on cruise control. Cruise control. Cruise control.
And welcome everyone to Cruise Control. This is your on-air automotive magazine. You know us. I am Les Jackson. That guy is Fred Staab. We're here with yet another full hour's worth of information, actually more than an hour's worth. But we'll get to what we can get. And I think we should start with a really cool vehicle that has finally been launched.
Yep, this has been a long time in the making. It is the Volkswagen ID Buzz, the US spec version. We get an extra row. It's longer than the European versions, and I'm thinking camper conversion. That's what I'm thinking, Les.
Oh yeah. This is the 21st century VW bus. Used to be called the microbus.
Yeah, that's what it used to look like.
It's really cool. It's really cool. Anyway, over at Volvo, they're showing its affordable EX30 electric crossover.
Yeah,
and it's faster than anything they've ever built.
Even than Polestar, which is their performance version. So we'll tell you about the EX30. This could be the inexpensive EV that Tesla can't build.
Yeah.
Hey, Camaro going away, but they are going to have one last hurrah for it, a collector's edition. They're bringing back a code name for the Camaro, an internal code name that they used years ago. You remember what it was?
I think I do, but I'm not going to say it.
All right. Well, that's what they're doing. We'll tell you all about that. And you have As the Tesla Turns, don't you?
Yes. The Model Y steering wheels are falling off.
Excellent.
I'm not making this up.
No, it's a recall for it.
They're falling off. You'd think that technology's pretty well understood by now. But anyway, on top of that, the Cybertruck, which I have predicted for years is never going to happen, apparently has engineering problems.
Yeah, brakes and leaks.
Yep.
So that's wonderful.
So it goes.
Talking tech, we're going to talk about Ford. It's released a patent for unfreezing intercoolers, which is it's kind of ingenious and kind of cool. And then I'm going to have a review of the gorgeous Genesis G90. This is the 3.5t with E Supercharger. So it's twin turbocharged and supercharged, electric supercharger, and ultra luxurious car. Just incredible to drive. So it gives you an idea of the range. You reviewed the GV60 electric vehicle last hour. Now we're going to get to this one. So you stay tuned to Cruise Control. A lot coming up. Fred Staab, Les Jackson. We will be right back.
Cruise Control.
And welcome back to Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. Exciting time, Les. ID Buzz, the next generation of Volkswagen van, is finally here. I think they've done a great job of combining retro looks, that two-tone that we all loved from the old days when they looked kind of like this, and some of the new technology, like the interior, having fun with the interior with, different light patterns, and the two-tone just looks so good. I'm a fan of two-tone paint.
Two-tone, I loved it when I was in grade school.
Yeah, I still love it.
And I still love it. I just think it adds a whole new dimension to a car.
Yes. Yes, it does. And so it was revealed in Huntington Beach recently, and it is the new VW microbus, the ID Buzz. It is longer. The North American version is longer than the European version. They get an extra row.
That's to handle North Americans.
The North American variant of people, yes.
Yes.
Yes. So the North American versions have a 91 kilowatt hour battery, 282 horsepower for the rear-wheel drive variant, and available all-wheel drive. Great to see that all-wheel drive is available, right?
Absolutely. And with that size battery, it has to have a good 300 miles or more of range.
Yeah, I don't know if we have range information on this, but I think you might be right. Dual power rear sliding doors, easy open and close, and modern take on sliding windows that are also fully powered, power folding and heated side mirrors, standard power tailgate, easy open. And they've done a lot of fun details on the inside with a wood-inspired or retro-inspired wood optic dash. And, yeah, they have really thought of everything. There's a lot of fun little Easter eggs in there. So I think it's going to be a big hit. The question is, what will dealers charge for this? By the way, you get heated seats, heated steering wheel, heated windshield washer nozzles. Perfect for your all your time on the Autobahn, Les. I know you would be taking this on.
That's right. Well, and there's there's certainly going to be a lot of accessories you'll be able to buy with these from the aftermarket. Starting with your surfboard mount and the ski mount and the bicycle mount and
surfboard for sure.
They've done a great job. Certainly the VW Micro with the Bug and the Microbus were icons of symbols of the 60s. And, they just represented fun.
Yes. And I think they're trying to bring that back. And I hate to say it, but really this is a minivan.
Yes.
It is a minivan, sliding rear doors.
It is, but you don't even think about minivan when you look at it.
You know what I would like for this? I would like the one where it's the cargo van and to turn that into a camper.
Yeah.
And then tow a real lightweight trailer behind it. Wouldn't that be fun?
Same colors.
Same two-tone colors. That would be. Yep. Imagine some manufacturer, I bet some manufacturer will either make a teardrop trailer that you pull behind there with the same colors, or just one of those lightweight travel trailers.
Absolutely.
And you match up the line and it goes all the way through. That would be crazy, wouldn't
it? It would be. And I can't wait to see one of these on the road.
Yeah.
I had a friend back then that had a microbus. He called it the Astrobus.
Astrobus?
And it was orange and white, much like the dash in some of the videos. And a typical, what were they? They were like 40 horsepower VW engines. They were terribly underpowered.
Yeah, exactly.
But everybody loved them.
Yeah, cool stuff. Well, that is the ID Buzz. It will be coming in, I believe, sometime in 2024. I wonder what kind of numbers they're going to build of these things. Sometime in 2024, we don't know, but I think there'll be many variants. But that's the one I like. I would like I'd like one with the no rear windows or limited rear windows. Make it into a camper and tow a matching trailer behind it. I think it would look slick. Could be a good cruise control remote setup, wouldn't it?
It would be.
So So cool stuff.
I'll start getting in touch with the factory and see if they can provide us one.
There you go. All right, sounds good. Hey, you're listening to Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. Don't forget to check us out on all our social media pages, Facebook and YouTube and more. We will be right back, so stay tuned.
Cruise control.
And welcome back to Cruise Control. Fred, what do you think about heading over to the Volvo world?
Sure. Let's go.
Why not?
Why not?
Since we can't have an ID Buzz for quite a while.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a Volvo EX30.
Absolutely. Well, we will be able to. And boy, Volvo's really into this in a big way. They're bringing this out, and it's going to start at $34,950, which is lowish for a Volvo, and certainly for an electric.
They're
Volvo.
calling it a small SUV. It is more like those kind of sedan-like station wagon type things, but that's okay. It is the smallest ever brought out by Volvo, and here's the neat thing: it is the fastest vehicle they've ever built, including Polestar, their performance edition. So it is not only small, but it is fast. It features the tablet style that you're not a big fan of, but for controlling everything. But I tell you what, it's going to be a safe car. It's going to be a stylish car. All kinds of protective systems and capabilities. And as you said, it's going to start at that low price, around $34,000. We're not quite sure what you get for that part, but it will probably be pretty well equipped for that price, I would imagine.
I would think so.
And the all-wheel drive variant, Les, will do 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, 422 horsepower. That is not a bad thing. You can go from 10 to 80% of charge in as little as 26.5 minutes. What do you think?
That's also very good. I just think this is going to be very, very welcome. First of all, Volvo makes really good vehicles. They may not be the most stylish, but so what?
They're stylish in their own way. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Minimalistic.
And they're very high quality materials. They're well put together. And they make the Polestar, of course, is pretty expensive, but this is really kind of an attractive idea.
Now, this has a squarish steering wheel. We've seen that on a lot of vehicles. They say that is the next version of the yoke, that it will be a square steering wheel. We've seen this on the Corvette. I think it's even coming on Tesla too, which is fine. I'm okay with a square steering wheel.
As long as they bolt it on.
That's right. We'll be getting to that. There's this big nut that you have to basically screw down tight and secure it. Maybe even torque it, So this also has the great. I just was in a Volvo, and it has Google integrated into it. You don't even have to hook up your phone, and you will get Google Maps and things like that. That is what Volvo is going to across the board. You get Apple CarPlay, but you don't need Android Auto because basically it is integrated into it. They also have a new safety system to prevent what they call dooring, where someone opens the door and a pedestrian, or more than likely a motorcyclist or a bicyclist, drives into the door and stops very quickly, which is not the best. Neat little vehicle. Look forward to driving it, and I like the price on it. I wonder if you know what you get for that money, but we'll have to stay tuned on the EX30, right?
That's right. Do we know how soon it's going to get to the dealerships?
We don't, but we do know that it has a 275-mile range, which is nice for that price.
Yeah, that's superb.
Yeah, so nice car, interesting. Can't wait to drive it. And it is the EX30 Cross Country. 18-inch wheels. You're going to love this.
Well,
with
I know you want 20.
Tires. Bespoke features.
Okay.
That there will be a cross-country variant of that with a little bit higher ground clearance and 19-inch black wheels and the option of 18-inch wheels with bespoke tires. So there you have it. That's pretty cool stuff. EX30 coming to a dealer near you. Now for something completely different. Pricing for the Jeep lineup for 2024. Starting prices, right? Jeep Wrangler. Two-door sport, the base model, $31,895.
Wow.
And it goes up from there. The 4xe plug-in hybrid models, the Sport S, $49,995. The 4xe Willys model, $54,735. The gas model of the Willys is $43,395. Sahara for the four-door gas, $47,825. I'm just giving you a sampling of these. The high-altitude edition in 4xe, the plug-in hybrid, $66,995.
Jeez.
Rubicon X.
Man.
Rubicon, I'll give you the prices for all that. Rubicon, $45,395 for the two-door, $49,395 for the four-door, $60,585 for the 4xe, and then for the Rubicon X, for the four-door, it's $58,000. For the 4xe plug-in, it's $69,085. Rubicon 392, $87,595.
I mean, they've been building these things for years and years and years. I just don't understand the price levels.
You think about this, and they have their Gladiator pickup, which I thought blew me away when I knew that was $50,000. What is that now? That's got to be over $100,000.
Well, I'm afraid to look.
Yeah.
The one I tested, 2 years ago? Yeah, it was almost 60,000. It was lots of trim. I'll check.
If you could go back to World War II and tell them someday there'll be a model of this Jeep that will sell for $100,000, they'd laugh at you. They'd say, like, what are you doing? Right?
Yeah.
You must have been hit in the head or something to think that. So, I don't know. I mean, but people will buy them. People will buy them. They want what they want.
I see them. I see Jeeps
I like
all
them.
the time.
I'm not going to say I don't like them. I like driving them. There's a special feeling when you drive them. But, man, for a two-door Rubicon, $45,395. I don't know what option level that is, what comes with that, but you do get a ton of engines available. The diesel is no longer available, but you get a 2-liter turbocharged plug-in hybrid, 375 horsepower, 2-liter turbocharged i4 with 270 horsepower, a 3.6-liter V6, probably what most of them are sold with, 285, and the 6.4-liter V8, 470. So,
by the way, the Gladiator now goes as high as 82,100.
Wow.
Wow.
They will get it, though. They will get those prices, and people will buy them.
They will get it.
They do hold their value. That is one thing that they do. But it is extensive. So, hey, let's talk about the Camaro, Chevy Camaro, going away at the end of the 2024 model year. They have a commemorative edition, and it commemorates the Panther code name, which was the internal name for the Camaro. So we're going to tell you a little bit about that collector's edition when we come back. I'm sure that will be expensive as well. We'll do that. We'll have an As the Tesla Turns, a talking tech, and more. So stay tuned to Cruise Control and a review of the G90 Genesis. So stay tuned. Fred Staab, Les Jackson, you're on Cruise Control.
Cruise Control.
Welcome back to Cruise Control. Fred and I are going to pay a visit to the to the Camaro factory, where you can still buy a Camaro, but you better buy one pretty soon because it's going to be stopped very soon.
Yeah. Well, they're going to bring out a Panther code, the Panther edition,
Right,
collector's edition.
Was the internal name years ago.
Yeah. Interesting. And then just for trivia, Les, who else used the term Panther?
You know, I think Ford used that.
They did for the Crown Victoria.
Yeah.
And I guess the Grand Marquis, they call that the Panther platform. But interesting. So this is going to be the last Camaro, at least for a while. Collector's edition Camaro. It will be Panther influence colors. Panther Black Metallic for SS. Panther Black Matte for ZL1. Collector's edition equips LT, RS, LT1, and SS trims with a new Panther Black Metallic tint coat and satin black stripes. 20-inch satin black or optional polished forged wheels. Nice to see forged wheels coming from the factory. Front splitter from the 1LE package, and the coupes receive a rear spoiler. Got to have that rear spoiler.
They call that the Fred wing.
650 horsepower LT4 ZL1 collector's edition.
That would do it.
Yeah. What do you think these will go for?
Oh, there's still a big following for Camaro. So I think I'm going to guess 75.
Well, they're starting MSRP for the LT Coupe, and not the collector one, but the LT Coupe is $32,495 and $38,000 for the LT convertible. I have to tell you, you can't see out of it. It's just
no, you can't. I mean, we've said this in every review we've ever done of these. They're just claustrophobic almost, and I think that's one of the reasons a lot of people don't buy them.
And I can say this: the Ford Mustang has a much better view. The Charger and Challenger have a much better view. Corvette has a much better view. I just can't see out of the Camaro. The A-pillar seems like it's about, a foot wide. The convertible, when it's up, the roof is up, it's like looking into a dark night. You can't see anything. And the side windows, it's like you're in a chop top 32 Ford, which it looks cool, but
it's very stylish. But boy, oh boy, I think it was a mistake to limit the visibility the way they did. It's fun to drive. I mean,
they're fun.
Can't knock it.
But I always feel I'm driving blind in those.
Yeah.
It's not. It would not. Yeah.
We're very hyper concerned with situational awareness.
Yes, I agree.
And it's not something you can drive with comfortable, confident situational awareness. There's just too much you're missing.
Well, talk about missing something. How about a steering wheel? Will that make you uncomfortable?
Generally, yeah.
Yeah. Like, what if you're holding onto the steering wheel and it falls off? I've seen that happen in race cars where the guy didn't click the steering wheel on. It's time for As the Tesla Turns, Les. And it has to do.
Yep.
It has to do with, well, the steering wheel falling off Model Ys. Apparently, a number of them went out of the factory without the big nut on the steering wheel to hold it on. They're finally being recalled for steering wheels falling off. They issued a recall for 137 units, and NHTSA is involved, and they said it stipulates a potential issue with the electric crossover's steering wheel, like it becoming disconnected.
Yeah. Well,
how does this happen? I mean, if you were building anything and your job was to put the steering wheel on, wouldn't you shove the steering wheel on and the next thing to go in your hand would be the nut, and then
yes,
you tighten it down and probably torque it down, right?
Well, yes, and in the factories, you and I have been in the factories, not that factory, but everything has barcodes now, and when you do something, a computer is watching, and it signals the worker that this particular movement hasn't been done yet.
Right.
So what's happening? Maybe they don't bother with the barcodes at Tesla.
And there's a box there with nuts, and you just throw one on.
Yeah.
The box is empty. Yeah, just shove the steering wheel.
That's right. He said, could somebody go to Home Depot and get some...
I'm out of bolts. Keep moving.
Half-inch nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or keep it going. Yeah. Just put some tape on it, and we'll fix it later.
I love how this article says, last year, 320,000 Tesla Model 3 and Model Y units were recalled due to busted taillights.
300.
Busted taillights.
Busted taillights.
Yeah. What's going on?
Well, it's called sloppy manufacturing. That's what's going on.
And then another part of our As the Tesla Turns, there were reports this week from Wired, and it was also discovered by Germany's Handelsblatt publication, an internal document that the Cybertruck has structural shake, leaks, and also a problem with its braking system. These are pre-production models, but some industry insiders said at this point it shouldn't be having those problems.
Well, let's see. When did the Cybertruck first get announced? That was like 2016?
Something like that.
Yeah. And they're saying it should go into the production at the end of the year. Which year, they didn't say.
At the end of a year.
Yeah. I just think the whole thing is a bad idea.
Yeah, but not good to hear that
No.
leaking. Testers found 21 possible errors where noise leaks may be taking place and probably
structural
water.
shake.
Not something you want in any vehicle, structural shake. Now, here's something you don't want. I know you're going to be very disappointed by this next article here, but apparently the Carolina squat has been banned.
Okay.
This was a modification where you would use half of a lift kit and lift the front of a pickup truck and leave the back either lowered or at stock height. Seems like a bad idea for me because...
It's many, many reasons that's a bad idea.
Yeah. I'm all for mods, but this is not a good one.
It's a good reason not to live in South Carolina.
They've banned it, though. They signed
Well,
it.
they should ban it. This is a danger to everyone else on the highway.
Yeah. It's sort of like if you could picture driving your truck around with it lifted on a tow truck, the front lifted up. You're looking into outer space. You can't see over the hood. And the headlights are shining into, they're signaling airplanes, right?
That's right. And they're only the first-time violators for this. Once this goes into effect, is only $100.
Yeah.
So these guys that are doing it, and I promise you, it's guys. And I'm not going to describe what they look like, but they're going to do it, and then they're going to get a second fine. This is, well,
there's a bill in North Carolina and Virginia as well to ban this. Squat kits, they call them. It's not like what you do at the gym. It's
what company, what aftermarket company is offering this kit?
I don't know. They may be using half of a lift kit, so they're lifting the front. Although we have
It's a
one
heck of a lift kit.
pictured, and it's not any standard,
No,
5-inch lift kit.
It's like a 3-foot lift kit.
Imagine how that must feel just looking at the sky. I wouldn't want to drive that way.
Well, it looks like a World War II tail dragger.
Tail
airplane.
dragger. Yes, it does look like a tail dragger airplane. Yeah. So California squat. There's your term for this
Carolina squat. Well,
sounds like something that happens in the woods.
I could write so many jokes.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there. But
I'm not going to do it.
when we come back, it's luxury sedan time. We're going to have an at-the-wheel review of the G90 from Genesis. Stay tuned.
Cruise control.
And welcome back to Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. At the wheel time, we have got a incredible vehicle to review. If you ever wanted an S-Class and you said, I don't want to spend that money, if you ever wanted to buy a Maybach and said, I don't want to spend that money, I tell you, you should look at the G90 from Genesis. Ours is the 2023 G90 3.5-liter T E Supercharger all-wheel drive, and it was an incredibly luxurious car. Limo, yeah, it's basically a limo inside. I mean, both rear seats have a footrest. You can operate the passenger seat from the back and then recline everything. Just an incredible looking vehicle. I mean, just so gorgeous outside. Long hood, short rear deck, formal styling. Some of the best looking wheels that I've seen in a long time on any vehicle. Super quiet on the road. That's thanks to its active noise control. Fingerprint authentication system to get into the vehicle. The handles are retractable. The door handles are retractable. And ours has that 3.5-liter V6 TGDI with a 48-volt mild hybrid E Supercharger, 409 horsepower, 405 pound-feet of torque. Remember, this vehicle used to be available with a 5-liter V8. No more. You don't need it. This is quite the sophisticated engine. Has rear steering. I believe it's about 2 degrees of steering. You barely can tell if you looked at the wheels. They're just slightly rotating, but only about 2 degrees. 21-inch alloy wheels. The interior is incredible. One neat thing, the head restraint has a speaker in it, and that's where you hear the indicator, the clicking for the turn signal. Of course, you select gears by a rotary control. You have the beautiful tufted and ventilated seats. Ours was in white, which is quite attractive and high-end. Infinitely adjustable seat. There's sort of a photorealistic, I'd call it a marble look, I guess. Out back, wow, here's where the luxury happens. Incredible leg room. The seats recline. There is a leg rest on all of these. In the center console, you have controls for the seat on the side. You have all kinds of climate control for heated and cooling rear seats, temperature control. It's all done with a touch screen that is in that fold-down center console. You can control the radio from back there, mute it or change the stereo. You can also, you have a wireless charger back there for your phone. So really, it is the lap of luxury. And also, on the other side, if you are the passenger, you can just control the front seat and have it slide forward and tilt forward. You can do that from the door. And when you do that, it will even control the height, believe it or not, of the head restraint on the passenger seat. And when you do that, you can also basically lay out. It's sort of like being in a business class airline seat, which is really nice. Just a gorgeous interior. Everything, every kind of luxury you want on the inside of this vehicle. Under the hood is that 3.5-liter twin-turbo engine with E Supercharger. It's a mild hybrid. It calls it out there, the Turbo GDI electric supercharger. As near as I can tell, the electric supercharger is on the driver's side of the engine. Of course, everything's under a lot of plastic cover-ups to neaten up the interior. Out back, well-appointed trunk. There's no spare. There is a mobility kit, but the whole trunk is carpeted on the inside and just high-end all the way around. Now, you might ask, what does this get for mileage? And even though it does not have the V8, it gets 17 city, 24 highway. That is an improvement from the V8 for a combined number of 20. But if you're buying a vehicle like that, you're most likely not concerned. You're just kind of living the life of luxury. And I have to say the only option on this vehicle was the Halosan green paint, which was a $575 option. The number on this, the retail price is $98,700. The paint, as I mentioned, brings it up another $575. I believe this Halosan green is new for 2023. Freight on this big vehicle is $1,095. Total price $100,370, which sounds like a lot, but if you went to buy an S-Class, you'd probably pay another $30 easily, and if you went to get a Maybach, you'd pay another $100 maybe. Yeah. And I happen to like the styling of this vehicle, and it is just a luxurious, beautiful vehicle. I like the pop-out door handles. I thought they were cool. Everything about the interior, it's hard not to like it. You get the Genesis Experience coverage, which is a 3-year, 36,000-mile complimentary maintenance, 3-year, 36,000-mile complimentary service valet, 3-year complimentary map care, so you update your maps. But it is also you get complimentary Genesis connected services as well. Smart cruise control, stop and go, intelligent speed limit assist, forward collision avoidance, all the safety features. 8-speed automatic transmission is what handles the power application. And I have to say, I really couldn't find anything that I did not like about this. I mean, you have to want a car that is this big and, has this many conveniences. Obviously, you may not want something this big if you don't have rear seat passengers, but I enjoyed driving this vehicle. Maybe it is a vehicle that is designed for the passenger where someone will drive them around, but I have to say I enjoyed driving it myself, and I did not get to experience sitting in the back seat and driving around. I did get to experience sitting in the back seat and relaxing, and it would be something comparable to a corporate jet or maybe a business class seat. But down to everything, the quality of the carpeting, it's all top notch, And it's just amazing what Genesis is doing here. You had the GV60 last hour, and I have this G90 this hour. And they have really, every time they build something, they're kind of hitting it out of the park.
That's right. Plus, they're anything important is warranted for 10 years or 100,000 miles. They don't break.
No, it is certainly cool. I'd like to learn more about this E Supercharger and how it integrates with the turbocharging. It is just a smooth engine, and I believe that's the E Supercharger right there on the side. It was hard to tell because everything. I wasn't going to start popping off the plastic covers.
That's probably a good idea not to do that.
It might not go back well, but. Maybe I could say the trunk might be a little small for a vehicle like this, but it's not terrible. And I like the fact that it was finished so well. That is, you can tell, a quality vehicle when the trunk is finished well. Wheel design too. Look at those wheels, like kind of a snowflake design.
Just impressive.
Impressive. Drove well. People looked at it like, what is that? And I would not hesitate at buying this over one of the European brands if I wanted something that was that luxurious. There you have it, an at-the-wheel review of the G90 with that 3.5-liter T E Supercharger all-wheel drive system. Time for me to say I'm Fred Staab.
I'm Les Jackson.
We appreciate you listening to Cruise Control. Don't forget to check us out on our social media outlets. We'll see you down the road.
Bye.